Happy Saturday and welcome to the Floating Head Show again. Hope you're all well. Let's just get straight on with the price action analysis. Thank you for joining me. And this is the CME chart. So you can see on the weekly, so it closed yesterday just after I did my video, and it closed at 66,000. Secured its position for a weekly closure above the midpoint in the Bollinger Band, and it's still consolidation within this huge range. But it's, I would suggest, in a more secure position, being above the midpoint, and indeed, therefore, if volatility does expand on the weekly time frame, with it being above the midpoint, it's more likely that expansion will be price action to the upside on a weekly time frame. Said weekly time frame many times then, maybe one more. On the weekly time frame, you can see the MACD has indeed continued with its green march to the upside and will continue as such unless Bitcoin on CME closes next week below 62,000, which it may do, may not, but we'll see. 62,000 has been a key area for some time. Right, down to the daily, not a lot has happened since yesterday, so now I'm going to switch over to Bybit, because obviously CME doesn't trade over the weekend, and you can see not a great deal has happened. Now, this does make me think that, is a pullback likely? Well, with regards to momentum, you can see on the daily time frame, it'll remain with upside posture as long as Bitcoin is closing above 64.5, which is $1,000 away from at the moment with 3 hours left. Now, 64.5 is basically these highs here, which is likely to be a support area. It was very much a resistance area as price came up to it here. This is all resistance around this area. And then it broke above, closed above, and it's likely to be support. So on a daily time frame, I'd be a bit surprised if Bitcoin closed dailies below a zone between about 63 and 64 this week. And then obviously don't want a weekly closure below 62 on CME. So I think a pullback to there is fair game, and it might be more obvious if I switch down to the 4 hour. You can see the 4 hour is pulling back a little bit here, so momentum's turned back down. It will continue to fall even though it's above the zero line. So it's still momentum to the upside, but it's just cooling down for 4 hour closures below 66, which you can see it's $500 away from at the moment. And the zero line, another zero line, the midpoint is coming in around 65K. And then that support resistance area is basically this consolidation. So between between 63 and 64.5. That's really on the daily time frame. If you're looking at it on a 4 hour, it's basically 62.5 to 64.5. So about $2,000 range that it was consolidating here. That would be a reasonable pullback target. It wouldn't really change too much. If you look at this last move as an impulsive move and then look for a Fibonacci retracement. So if I take it from the low to the top, I missed the top slightly there, try and be as accurate as possible. So you can see a 382 pullback, which is generally the most shallow pullback, would come in around the midpoint of the Bollinger Band. That's about 65. And the deepest of pullbacks that would signify still continuation of the trend, which is to the upside, is about 64. So I think pullbacks between 65 and 64 on the 4 hour and probably daily are just fair game. Whether or not that happens into next week, don't know. Whether or not it happens over the weekend, not sure. But I think that would be fine. And I don't think I would be getting in any way less bullish than I am at the moment for Bitcoin, as long as it's defending 62,000. And if it closes the week above 62,000, still continuation of weekly momentum to the upside. All right, that'll do. Nice short, sharp video. Hope you've enjoyed it. If so, please like and subscribe and share. Join me on Twitter. Drop some comments. Send me a message. And join me tomorrow for Sunday, and we'll see where Bybit's looking like it's going to close its weekly candle. Take care. See you tomorrow. Goodbye.